Cemetery wall update, take 2. Okay, so we're back. As I stated before, I was going to finish sculpting out all the grout lines and then following that up with the razor blade to scour the grout lines, to rough it up in preparation for the next phase, which is the heat gun phase where we do the melting. I went ahead and also added some gouges and imperfections in my panel here, so that when I use the heat gun, it'll heat it up, it'll expand it, and make it look like there's just chips and pieces and cracks and stuff like that within the styrofoam. Just to show you real quick though, I went ahead and did a small section with the heat gun to kind of give you the difference between them. As you can see, this darker area here is the area that the heat gun was applied to. Lighter here is yet to be applied to the heat gun. Listen to the difference. That's like plastic. That's like rock hard plastic. It makes it for a great base for painting and really accentuate. You can get a lot of detail out of this once it heats up. But, you know, just to give you a quick demo, not that it's really needed, but if you just take the heat gun and you apply it to a section, I start off by the grout area and don't spend too much time on it. I just really pass over it just to melt it down and harden it. Then I come back around the edges of the stone, let the heat kind of warp it a little bit, and then I go across the surface of the stone to really rough it up. Because as it melts down, it gets really kind of granular and hard. And that's what I want. I don't want that smooth finish that the styrofoam comes with. And I really want to bring out any of those chip marks, cuts, areas, things like that within the stone. So that's basically it. So I'll show it to you once again. So here's the gouge marks that I made. These were really actually pretty small until I applied the heat gun to them, and you can really see them kind of popping out. So this is the panel we just did. Again, it's rock hard. Grout lines are like nice and crispy, but it looks like gravel. It's like, you know, cement. So once I start to apply my paint and do the highlights, it'll really start to accentuate those small details. And again, you can see the difference between the two. So that's it for the heat gun portion of it. Again, it's not rocket science, it's kind of self-explanatory, but I just wanted to show you some of the brief techniques and then what some of the outcomes look like. So we'll go ahead and finish out doing this panel, and then we'll be ready for the last phase, which is paint. We'll base coat this all in black, we'll do the grout lines in gray, and then we'll start doing the whitewashing and then also a little highlighting actually with black at the end, just to show some dirt and grime and some of those effects, and we'll cover that in that section. So until then, guys, we will talk to you in the next step.